Hi everyone, my name is April and welcome to another video. So right now what I'm going to share with you are 3 different simple ideas on how to make your own handmade bookmarks. These are perfect for bullet journaling or just journaling alone. So let's get started. But first, let's talk about the materials that we will be using. So I'll be using excess paper from my watercolor projects, but if you don't have this, just feel free to use whatever paper you have. Just make sure they are thick. So the tools that we'll be needing are the usual scissors, ruler, and a pencil. We will also use drawing pens, or if you have any preferred brush pens, markers, that will do. You'll also need clear stamps or any rubber stamps, the usual ink pads, stickers, scrap paper, so I'll be using a craft paper, and then you'll also need a watercolor set, a watercolor palette, and a brush, and of course the water pot. You don't need to have all of this, but you can just choose whatever tools that you want to use. Alright, so let's start making our handmade bookmarks. Now, if you've seen my previous videos, you probably know that I just normally eyeball the measurements of whatever tutorials that I do. However, for this one, we will be using just a benchmark, which is a 2 by 6 inch bookmark. So if let's say you have a scrap paper that is smaller than this, that's okay. You can use a thinner width or a shorter length. Whatever size that you wish to make is just pretty fine. The important thing here is try using a thicker cardstock or any thick paper. Since we're making bookmarks, it has to be sturdy. So as you can see, I kind of prepped my bookmarks already, so just in case I'll be needing extra, then I already have one. So for our first bookmark idea, it's one of my favorite because it's the easiest one. We will be doing just a simple hand-drawn bookmark. So that's why we will be using a drawing pen, or if you're comfortable with colored brush pens, colored pencils, or markers, and even Poscas, feel free to use whatever pens that you have in your stash. The idea of the first bookmark is just simply hand-drawn. If you love drawing flowers just like me, then just look for a flower reference that is your favorite to draw. If you like using colored pencils and you are inspired with other reference, then just feel free to draw whatever you want for this first bookmark project. Now this one is pretty much straightforward. If you see me using or having 3 pens there, those are just all drawing pens with different tip points. For the last detail, I like adding quote just so every time I'll see this from my bullet journal or journaling page, it will remind me of a positive thing. And that's our book number 1. Now, for our second bookmark idea, if you're not comfortable with drawings or any pens at all, or you don't really feel like drawing anything, now maybe this one is for you. So here I'm just making a very simple collage using scrap paper, which is a craft paper that I found on my desk, and then I just glue it on the bookmark. And this is the reason why you will be needing, or the thick paper is quite necessary, because for collage paper you need the bookmark to handle a lot of glue or perhaps a lot of paper or layers. With this second idea, it's kind of easy to get overwhelmed because you can add as many things as you want, especially if you're into stickers and washi tapes and everything else. So just remember, less is more, and the less you put in this bookmark, the more it kind of look pretty. So as you can see, I'll just add one piece of sticker as my focal point, and then I'm using clear stamp to just add extra design on the bookmark. So one of my favorite tips, especially in doing collages, is creating layers. And since this is a bookmark, you have to consider that you will be slipping this in a book or any notebook. So you have to think that whatever layers that you will put on the bookmark, it shouldn't be very thick. Otherwise, it will make your book or notebooks a bit chunky. However, if that doesn't really bother you at all, then feel free to use puffy stickers or layered flowers or even a foam double-sided tape just so to create a 3D effect on your bookmark. And let's go to the third and last bookmark design that I'll be sharing with you. Now, I saved this for the last because this one requires an extra skill, which is watercolor painting. Now, this doesn't really require an advanced skill on watercolor, but if you haven't tried watercolor yet, I do hope this will inspire you to try it out. Now, this is the reason why I used watercolor paper, because my first idea was really just watercolor bookmarks. However, I realized I also want to show you that apart from doing this, there are also other ideas that you can make using other materials for your bookmarks. And since I just want to make this bookmark easy, I'm just painting loose watercolor flowers. So just like the first bookmark, I like adding quotes just so to give me a positive reminder every time I see this. So here, I want to show you what you can do if you made the mistake on the watercolor bookmark, just like I did. So I wasn't able to align properly the quotes. So I just thought, or I realized, I can combine the watercolor with the second idea, which is the collage. So this idea just came in mind while I was filming this. And then I realized I would also like to add this just in case that you made some mistakes on the bookmark, so you don't have to throw them away. You can just cover it with scrap paper, washi tapes, or stickers maybe. Now, the funny thing was, I always wanted to use this bird stamp on the collage bookmark. However, it felt like it will already make the collage bookmark chaotic. So I was really happy when I realized I can use it for my third bookmark. So this one is actually a happy accident because I really like how this turned out. Since I really love how I painted the flowers for this bookmark, I kind of felt bad that I have to throw it away since I made a mistake. But since I was able to figure out how to fix it, then it just makes things better. And there you go. So you can combine the watercolor bookmark with the collage. Alright, so now that we have our bookmark designs, let's make these babies into a bookmark. So what I forgot to mention a while ago is this bus ticket puncher. So, or a bigger size puncher will also do. You will also be needing twine, or if you have a ribbon lace or a scrap cloth. So this will serve as your marker outside the journal or book. So I left one bookmark unpunched because I want to show you that if you don't have any circle punchers like this, you can just leave it as it is. Also, to give you a variation on how you can use this later for your journaling. Now, since jute twines is always my go-to string and probably the only thing that I have in my studio, so I'll just make use of it. If you have beads or charms maybe, you can also use that instead of a string. Or you can add it at the tip of the string. There you go. So you can just repeat this for the other bookmarks, or you can use different materials just like I mentioned before. Now the reason why I'm making bookmarks is because I want to use this for my bullet journaling and journaling. Now I also love collecting bookmarks before, back when I still have a lot of time to read books. And since I'm making less time for reading but making more time with journaling, then I thought I can still use these bookmarks as well. Then as I was making these bookmarks, I realized this is actually a great gift idea for snail mails. So since it's just a paper, it's just thin and light, you can just include this inside a greeting card or a letter maybe. And if you add quotes or Bible verses, then it just gives an extra touch to it. And there goes our handmade bookmarks. So now that we have the bookmarks, I want to show you this part because this is the purpose why I'm making this. So for that one, I want to use it for my bullet journal. And if you remember the one that doesn't have a hole punch, this is another idea that you can use it for. So you can use it as a tag or a journal card maybe. And that's it, friends. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you like these bookmark ideas. And if you will be doing the same thing, I would really love to see them too. Thank you for watching and see you again on my next video.